try and get people over. Basically, that's how it works.
Right,
I guess. Alrighty. Average view duration is 14 seconds. But we just really just need to ignore this. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am extremely honored to have Mr. Roaming Rolls, a.k.a. Pete McNulty, on our show
Hello, sir.
for our very first live stream from the OG Cafe. I must say, thank you very much, Pete, for actually helping me set all of this up. Your skills are extremely good, sir.
Thank you, sir. We got there in the end.
We did get there in the end, and this is going to be a daily kind of live stream just to tell. I mean, I just want to kind of introduce people from the soy. There's so many people that come past the cafe, so many people that are on this road, and there's a lot of stories to tell.
So many stories, so many characters as well.
It really is.
Crazy
And,
characters.
so tell us about you, Pete. You are aka Roaming Rolls on Instagram. Go check him out. One of the most, I would call you, famous combat sports photographers, definitely on this island.
We're getting there day by day. Yeah.
How did you get into it all?
Yeah. So I guess it started when I was in Korea about 7 years ago now. I was at the time teaching English. I've gone through a lot of industries over the years, but at that time teaching English, went and picked up a camera for the first time, and literally for the sole purpose of filming jiu-jitsu at the time, because I would say I'm more of a jiu-jitsu nerd than a videographer, or like by heart I'm a jiu-jitsu
So jiu-jitsu
nerd.
came first.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I just wanted, Roman Roll started with the goal of just capturing that perfect sweep or that perfect takedown, just capturing jiu-jitsu in motion and like making it beautiful, basically, like making it engaging for people in some way. And since then I've just been, started out shit and then kept just like chipping away,
Just grinding at
day
it.
by day, grinding. It's always how I've learned. Like,
I must say,
how
I've
picked
worked
up
with a lot
skills.
of photographers, and like I can tell when like you've shot something, and I think that's quite a what's the word? I mean, that's a really good thing to have. you know?
Yeah.
It's your style. You've got your style, right? And
For sure. I think that's what separates people, because I think mostly like clients come to me for my style, and like anyone can pick up a camera, but it takes years and years of shooting and finding your own sort of flavor of shots and like angles and everything. Music.
I mean, I really appreciated your level, right? When we worked together with the UAE MMA team up in Bangtao, and that was really cool. We spent a month with them, right? Every single week, going up there, filming them, creating a documentary, creating reels for the UAE national MMA team. And you were talking to me all about your settings that you put on the camera for specific like stuff, and you love slow-mo stuff, so you got to change it for that. Like,
even when we first shot together, I think at Warrior Stadium,
Oh, yeah.
I was like changing up all the settings on the camera just to get it right in line with mine.
And I
But,
remember
like,
you being like, "Oh, I hope it doesn't overheat," because like when you're trying to do slow-mo, you do slower frames per second or faster frames per second.
Yeah,
So-
you do a very high frame rate, so anywhere between 60 to 100 frames per second. Even at 100, like if you're filming MMA, any of the combat sports, it moves so fast that when it comes to editing, you have to use like AI tools and stuff like that to blend the frames so that it doesn't look jittery, or they're called like artifacts. If there's not enough information, like you'll get like a random hand in between frames, and like it just looks weird. So, but there's like a lot of good new technology coming out, so people can shoot at lower frame rates and still get like really cool slow motion footage and stuff like that. But
Awesome, man. I mean, it just shows that there are really levels in the game, right?
there's so many details you pick up along the
And
way.
what would you say about that? Because, there are a lot of content creators these days, and, with phone technology, you can create a reel.
For sure.
How do you, and also with AI on top of that, like, what do you think like is going to happen to like content creators like yourself that are like, pure blood, using Adobe, using high level cameras and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah, I think there'll always be like a market for that. It depends, what you're trying to what you're trying to sell. If you're just trying to put like a professional stamp on your business, make it, just look like professional. Essentially, like there's always a market for that. But statistically, on social media platforms, they're built for the phone, and the phone always does best. And at the end of the day, content is king. So I think there's, phone first is still going to be the drive. And most people, like if you're an upcoming like content creator, like looking to get into the space, I would honestly just say stick to your phone, because Instagram's built for that anyway. And that's what most people are using. But if you're a brand or a business and you want to put a professional stamp on, then content creators like me, like are the people to reach out for.
I think where the real differentiation is like a content creator is really creating content about their life or what they're doing or what they're seeing or what's in front of them, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really need to like have such high level curation of like making it look beautiful, because really the content's about like what's happening. Whereas like a brand like myself or a business that wants to create, I want to create a story.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where like the real differentiation is, like real storytelling and high level editing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you come in.
Big time. Yeah. And sometimes the profile itself, or every time, the profile itself is part of the story as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want that professional look as part of the brand sort of identity story. So it really depends on like, what you're looking for. But yeah, content is king, story is king. When it comes to each post, each individual upload, like that's what does well. Like,
yeah, man. Your life here in Phuket, Pete, like how long have you been here now?
Coming up to a year and 3 months.
Awesome, that's flown by.
It's gone so quick.
You've settled down at Phuket Grappling Academy. I see the T-shirt. Tell us a little bit about your journey there for the last year.
Yeah, it's just been a great like collaborative process, just working together. Like I've been refining my skills as a content creator, like for gyms. It's also just this great playground for athletes to come and like throw themselves at each other and just try and do all kinds of crazy shit's always going on, and there's always crazy stuff to capture. So, and it's been like a learning process for both me and Ben. Like, but over the past year, I'd say like our like friendship and like working relationship, but also like friendship outside of that is really solidified, and we've got a good rhythm going. And like I trust Ben with a lot of things. Like I and he trusts me on the content side of things. So like I really appreciate that from him. And
sounds like a good team then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a really good dynamic we got, and the other guys at the gym as well are just like really good people to interact with, and it's a real feels like a real community vibe out here. Because
a lot of people have said, me included, it's getting a name for itself as at least Asia's #1 grappling gym.
100%.
Obviously the world would be a big task because there's huge gyms in America, and there's a lot more. There's a lot of like, for example, I was talking to Ben about it actually. I was like, why are you not the best in the world, bro? Because I think you could be.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, in America, you've got all these world champions at one single gym, right? So I think PGA as a product that anyone can turn up to is probably up there in the world, man.
Yeah, I'd say the American market is so saturated. There's, Phuket. I'd say we've only actually got one, other than Owen's gym that's come now, like Owen Carlson Gracie. There's only those two gyms now that are completely jiu-jitsu focused and like modern, like up to date with all the latest trends that are coming in. So it's still like jiu-jitsu is still in the early stages in Thailand, but then in America you've got thousands of gyms with world champions, and so many, the level's so high there, it's so saturated, but bit by bit I think we're getting there, and hopefully
awesome bro. And what are you kind of thinking for the this year coming up for Roman Rolls? Because you've got what, 25,000 followers online. You've got 28. Sorry, my bad. You've had some extremely viral videos go out there. You're obviously managing PGAs. account, and we're creating new content there as well. Is there anything exciting or some kind of milestone this year you're looking for yourself to do?
I think getting into storytelling, long format stuff. There's some like projects like that take my interest. There's new gyms turning up around around Asia, but also mostly people. Like I think as I get older, I get more and more invested in people and their stories, and I can relate to them more. So I want to every day I come, I see or think of at least 5 to 10 different projects that I want to work on. It's just time allocation. Yeah. So, but for me, I definitely want to make this shift a bit more to telling people's stories and shining a light on people out here, and what they're going through, their life experience. And
I think everyone here has got a story, right?
For sure.
Firstly, I think from world champion to guy coming here on a fat camp trying to lose weight, they're all connected through this want to improve themselves, right? We're all connected via that. We've made quite a drastic decision to come across the world just for be it martial arts or fitness and training. But and it's quite unique. I think they're you've got for example, just a road here full of 10 gyms.
Yeah,
you've got an island full of 25 gyms. It's crazy, bro, that this community that is here, but also no one's gonna find out about it unless you make the videos, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, that's another one of the main goals is getting a good system in place where I can still create all the content I want to, and maintain, making a living on the side as well, keeping sustaining myself. Is but now it's just work, just every weekend, every day. I've got this great new co-working space, so awesome. The focus is dialed in. So
give me we're all about supporting the next generation with OG. Tell me, what would you recommend to a next generation content creator wanting to get into combat sports, basically wanting to do what you do? What would you recommend to them if they're at the beginning of their journey? They've just bought a camera, being fuck the corporate world. Yeah, I want to try this.
Yeah, I would say DM as many athletes you look up to or inspire you as you can. Outreach is super important. Offer free work to start with, and I wouldn't worry so much about the kit. You don't need to get the most high tech, best lens or anything like that. I would focus more on composition, framing, how to make the most out of the camera you've got. Yeah. To get the frame looking good, and then when you do upgrade to a good camera, you'll be able to leverage that a lot more. Then even when I started, I got a Sony a6000, which is not a super high standard camera. Yeah. But for my level of skill, it was I have no idea how to make the most out of this camera. So I think dialing in your skill on a basic camera first, and just learning what's important. The expression, it's not the camera. What is it? It's not the camera, it's the camera you've got in the moment, because it's all about capturing moments and content. So I would work your way up, start on a basic camera, DM athletes, offer work for free or collaborations for free. And once you've got that dialed in, then I'd start thinking about upgrading the camera.
Awesome.
Oh, we got
that's a real there. I got a phone call live. Gia, what's up?
Sorry guys, I'll keep you I'll do my best to keep you entertained whilst Big Jim is doing a business consultation. Guys, if you are looking at getting into videography or anything like that, feel free to DM me. I'm always available on Instagram. I always like brainstorming with people, so I'm here to be of service if needed.
Building work's going well, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We're back on the live. That's what I like about this live. It is just raw. If it was a podcast, I'd be like, stop.
Yeah.
And we've got to edit that out. Who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter,
though.
Raw unedited.
1 second.
sitting at 2 views currently. Oh, nice.
We've got 2 views. No current viewers, but I think that next gen question is definitely a reel. I'm using that as a reel.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you think. So everybody knows, Pete, that we all need content these days, be it a business, be it an athlete, an individual. Even my mum, she wants content, you know, like it's nice. It's a memory of time. It's a show the world what you're up to. It's part of life now, content, right?
Yeah.
If you ain't posting, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Some might say.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the most impactful content for like athletes that are trying to build their like profile?
Yeah, I would say number one is something that garners emotion in the viewer. Like, you can show the flashiest technique and the coolest, I don't know, hand wraps you got, whatever. Like, something that triggers emotion is always going to be number one. Like overcoming adversity or times like, just difficult times. Like,
so you think like
them.
Heavyweight fighter should go out there and cry online just to show the emotion?
Basically.
Would that get views? Yes.
It definitely would. Yeah. Just those, like raw moments like that. Like after like a fighter wins his championship and he just belts out like a scream, like the camera.
Yeah, man.
Stuff like that always does better than, or like a dad who's like concerned about their child competing and he's like shouting like get to mount, things like that. Like anything that shows
real and raw.
Yeah, like raw emotion is always gonna people are gonna relate to that a lot more than.
And I think that's one
technique.
thing where like when we're making content, people really try and shy away from is to show emotion in it.
Yeah, people want their
Everyone wants
cards
to
close
just
to
show
their
like,
chest.
oh, look at me, I look good, or very like, on the outside.
Yeah.
And emotions on the inside, right? And it's very hard, or, it's just not natural for people to like share their emotion, especially if they're like some sort of like killer, like
For sure.
fucking wild, world champion person. Hey, Marissa.
Hi there.
So yeah, man, I think that is a really, really useful tip for people because that breaks down a barrier, man. Like,
and I think the barrier we're talking about as well is like the barrier of authenticity. Because I think what people want to see the most on social media is someone's authentic self.
Yeah.
And like usually through emotion, you can't help but show that. Like you break down all those barriers that you've got, all the cards close to your chest. Like
it's almost like a catch-22 because we know that like showing your emotion and showing yourself like is something that other people don't really do. So it makes it like quite like interesting. Therefore, it's watchable, shareable, viewable, and real and raw, which I think we can all agree on. But on the other side of it is, the social media tells us to portray our best life, put our best foot forward first, show our greatest thing that's, we've got, or even make shit up, like people are showing, renting a Ferrari and be like, look at me and my new Ferrari. Like, you can create some completely different character out there for the good and bad. I mean, because, when OG started, we looked way bigger than we were. We were sponsoring these, world champions, and it was all out of my bedroom. Like, so it can be positive and negative.
Yeah, I think you can take it either way. Like you got the Sean O'Malley's or like Marab, or even is it Armin? I can't remember his second name.
Sarukan.
Yeah, he'll get these like massive meals and he's like eating these crazy dishes and on like some restaurant next to Mount Everest or something crazy, right? Like you can go in that ultra ego sort of direction, which plays into Instagram very well, or you can take it the opposite way and just show raw like emotion, like yourself, your true authentic self, like the hard times as well. I think both resonate with people on Instagram. Like one's like a crazy interesting thing that you don't see every day, and the other's like something you experience every day yourself sometimes, like for some people, and you appreciate it because you can relate to it. So it's like two sides of the coin, I guess.
I don't think many people think about content like this. Obviously, we're deeply in there, and I'm looking at it from like both a business side as well as like the athletes that we work with. They've got to do their own content too. I've got to promote my business. I've got to work with people like yourself, content creators, Yeah, it's a moving target, right? Because it's always changing too.
Yeah.
You know, whereas it used to be all about ice bucket challenges.
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
get you famous. You know, like,
Yeah.
Now it's about like, you know, are you raw and real, and have you genuinely got like a decent story that people want to follow? Because
Yeah.
I think, like you said, like authenticity is something that like people are seeing through like the internet very easily now, because AI, you can make any video you'd want. Okay, you might be able to still see it's AI,
Yeah.
but if you're a very good editor like yourself, and then you put AI on top of good editing, you probably can't see, bro. To be
Yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you, like,
Yeah, once
you
you
know.
get to a certain
But
level.
then
Yeah.
it's not even AI, like it's CGI, like, and After Effects.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't realize like half the movies, it's all fake anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's a really interesting content creator here that used to work in the studio we had before, and he worked on movies, and he was showing me like big, like Titanic and shit like that.
Wow.
Big movies, not Titanic, sorry. It was DiCaprio movie. But there was like
Shutter Island? Or-
this guy to the left of him doesn't have a fringe, and in the movie has a fringe,
Damn.
and he made the fringe. This
Yeah.
editor.
That's
I was
crazy.
just like, wow, man, they're faking us that the dude's got hair or not. Like,
My brother's actually in that industry. He works for an AI company that
cool.
puts people's faces, and he's the compositor, so he like touches it up. But like he did a Tom Hanks movie, and like they did Tom Hanks as like 20-year-old Tom Hanks, and like he would do the editing for that, and like he did one where they had Frank Sinatra, like all these like
madness,
crazy things. And yeah, with the AI, especially with faces, you start to get into the moral side of things, and like, you know, what's you know, is it okay to be using this actor's face? Should they have a copyright on their face and things like that? Like,
It's wild, man.
there's a lot of factors that go into it, but yeah, the technology on that side of things is getting crazy these days. Like,
Before we wrap up, Pete, I know you've got a lot of things to do and you're going to make some videos, but tell us about you. I hear you're doing a jiu-jitsu competition soon.
March 14th, yeah, ADCC. I'm going to enter the pro division because it's the only one I can heel hook people in. The way I see it is I've got just as much a chance of getting worn out by like an athletic, you know, purple belt as I do heel hooking like a lazy brown belt. So, or like someone who doesn't train leg locks maybe.
So you're coming for all the heels.
Coming for the heels, yeah. March 14th.
And if you win gold, will you promise me to walk around PGA for a day wearing one of, what's his name? Johnny Walker's brother. The Russian guy that heel hooks people in UFC.
Russian guy that heel hooks people in
He's
the
Russian
UFC.
Brazilian. And he wears like an ankle necklace. Walter Walker.
I don't actually
You don't know
his
Walter
name.
Walker, bro.
No, I don't actually know.
He's
the guy.
like
I feel like I should.
You should. He's like,
Yeah.
he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And he's heel hooked like 4 guys in a row.
Damn, bro.
And his last weigh in, he comes out with like an ankle.
Yeah,
As a medal around his neck.
Yeah, man. I've seen some people that get the tattoo of like a foot, and there's a hook going through because they love heel hooks. Like maybe I'll go that far one of these days. But
The heel hook tattoo.
yeah, inshallah, if we get the gold, I'll
Good luck,
I'll
brother.
get the gold.
All the best. Well, thanks for coming on. Been our first guest here at the OG Cafe live stream.
Thank you, sir.
All the best. Roma rolls out.
Bosh.
Peace. Going off. That was sick, bro. How do you stop it?